Are you ready, Canucks fans? The trade deadline has come and gone, and the Vancouver Canucks have a crucial decision to make about one of their key players. Rumors swirled around a potential blockbuster deal, but in the end, our beloved winger is still in blue and green. What does this mean for the team as they push for a playoff spot? Stay tuned as we dive into the details of this missed opportunity and what it could mean for the future of the franchise. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give us a thumbs up to stay in the loop on all things Canucks. The recent failed negotiations between the Vancouver Canucks and two teams from the Eastern Conference regarding Brock Boeser have certainly stirred the pot among fans. It's been a roller coaster of emotions, and as a passionate supporter of the Canucks, I feel compelled to dive into the implications of this situation. As the deadline approached last Friday, many of us were on the edge of our seats, hoping for a shakeup that could elevate our squad's chances for the playoffs. But when the clock struck noon Pacific time, it was revealed that General Manager Patrik Allvin received no offers that met his expectations for Boeser. To be honest, it's hard to wrap my head around this. Is keeping Boeser really the best move here? Looking at the offers that were on the table, we see that Carolina was interested, offering Jesperi Kotkaniemi, who was once the third overall pick, and a first-round pick. However, the Canucks turned it down because Carolina wanted another prospect thrown into the mix. I mean, was that a wise choice? Boeser's talent is undeniable, but in a league that's become increasingly competitive, you have to wonder if holding on to him was worth passing up on a deal that could have brought in some valuable assets. Then there's the Florida Panthers, who were also in the hunt for Boeser. They ended up snagging Brad Marchand from the Boston Bruins instead, realizing they could land a veteran presence for just a conditional first-round pick. This decision seems to have shifted the landscape, and honestly, it begs the question, were the Canucks asking for too much? It's not easy to assess what would have happened had we taken that route. The Panthers saw an opportunity and jumped on it, while we stood firm, hoping for something better. Now, the Canucks find themselves in a precarious position. Yes, they're still in the running for a wild-card spot in the Western Conference, and keeping Boeser could provide the offensive spark needed to push through the final stretch. But let's not kid ourselves. Holding on to him also comes with the risk of losing him for nothing if he decides to test the free agency waters come Canada Day. I can't help but think about the emotional weight of these decisions. For us fans, every trade and every contract carries the weight of our hopes and dreams for the season. The management is banking on Boeser to step up and deliver in the playoffs, should we make it there. Yet, what happens if we fall short? The backlash from fans could be intense, especially on social media. We've seen it before, and nobody wants to hear the frustrations of a passionate fan base echoing through the digital realm. Looking ahead, it's clear that the management has faith in Boeser's ability to contribute. But you have to wonder, was this the right path? Honestly, I'm torn. On one hand, I appreciate the loyalty to our current roster, but on the other, there's that nagging feeling that we could have done more to strengthen our future. And you, what do you think? I want to hear your opinions down below. Was it wise to keep Boeser, or should we have pulled the trigger on one of those deals? Let's engage in this debate because every voice matters in our community. Hronek had a breakout season with the Vancouver Canucks, racking up 48 points in 81 games. That performance earned him an 8-year, $58 million extension, a deal that seemed reasonable given the team's unexpected success. Fans were excited about the potential of a Hronek-Quinn-Hughes defensive duo, envisioning a bright future. But now, things aren't looking as rosy. The Canucks find themselves at a crossroads, and it begs the question, should they trade Hronek before his no-trade clause kicks in? The future of the Canucks is a mix of promise and uncertainty. Last season, their offense was impressive, but replicating that success seems daunting with the current roster. While some regression was anticipated, the extent of it this season has left many fans scratching their heads. With new young defenders making their way into the lineup, including a promising second Elias Pettersson, the landscape is shifting. The recent acquisition of Victor Mancini from the New York Rangers adds another intriguing piece to the puzzle, giving the Canucks a solid right-shot defenseman who could potentially replace Tyler Myers. Let's not forget about the young defensive prospects in the pipeline. Tom Willander, Sawyer Minio, and Jet Wu are names that could play significant roles moving forward. The question remains whether General Manager Patrik Allvin wants to pivot away from the current core, and if he sees Hronek as part of that future. The clock is ticking, as the Canucks have until July 1st to make a move before Hronek's no-move clause activates for 3 years. If they don't act, they could be stuck with his contract until the end of the 2031-32 season. Given Hronek's age, he'll be 36 when the deal expires. Does it make sense for a team still figuring out its identity? There's also the shadow of JT Miller's trade hanging over the organization. Vancouver dealt him to the Rangers earlier this season, and it's hard not to wonder if they made the right choice. Since that trade, Elias Pettersson has struggled, sparking debates among fans about whether the Canucks let go of the wrong star. Then there's Brock Boeser, whose future in Vancouver appears increasingly uncertain. General Manager Alvin's recent remarks about Boeser's trade value have left many feeling uneasy. "If I told you what I was offered for Brock Boeser, you wouldn't believe me," he stated. That's not exactly a confidence booster for fans hoping to see a competitive roster. With Miller, and possibly Boeser gone, the Canucks are changing rapidly, and it raises the stakes for everyone involved, including head coach Rick Tocchet. There are whispers of tension between him and some key players, which adds another layer of complexity to an already volatile situation. Can the Canucks keep Pettersson and Hughes as the backbone of their team while potentially reshaping the rest of the roster? It's a delicate balancing act. So, is it wise for the Canucks to hold on to Hronek at $7.25 million per year, especially as he approaches the twilight of his career? Honestly, I'm torn. On one hand, he showed he can produce offensively and contribute to the team's defense. On the other, the Canucks are at a point where they might benefit from shedding salary and embracing a younger core. This could free up resources to build a more competitive team around Pettersson and Hughes. And you? What do you think? I want to hear your opinions down below. Are the Canucks making the right call by potentially moving Hronek? Or should they hold on to him for the long haul? This is a moment filled with emotion for all of us who bleed blue and green. The decisions made in the coming months could shape the franchise for years to come, and it's crucial for us as fans to stay engaged. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel to stay updated on all things Canucks, and make sure to activate the notification bell to get all the latest updates. The future is uncertain, but together, we can navigate this journey as passionate supporters of the Vancouver Canucks.